Hi everybody, it's Alyce-Kay Ruckelshaus from Threshold of Hineni, and I'm here to talk about some of the ways that God has blessed me and how He's gotten me through since Bill passed away. And this has just been like super, super helpful. So today, teaching VIP Kid 2 days after Bill died. Okay, so I have to give a little bit of backstory here. Well, first of all, if you don't know, I teach for VIP Kid, which is a Chinese company that hires Americans and Canadians to teach English to Chinese kids online. And I love it. It is like so much fun and very fulfilling, and yeah, just a wonderful, wonderful job. The hours aren't great because I teach on Beijing time, but it's good. And the hours aren't horrible either. You know, I usually start anywhere between 4 and 6 in the morning, kind of just depending on my schedule. And you get to set up your own hours, but you can't teach like during the day here because that's night there. So you could teach all night if you wanted to. That would be all day there, like on the weekends. And I used to do that for a while. But, okay, so to give the background that I was going to give was normally I work Tuesday through Sunday, and then I have Mondays off. And we were going to take this trip together, and so I had closed my schedule for the week that we were going to be gone. Well, at the last minute, like a couple days before we had to go, our pet sitter, and this is going to be a whole different video that I'll talk about this more, but she ended up having to go into the emergency room, and so obviously she wasn't going to be able to watch our animals, and you know, we didn't have anybody else that we could check with. And so we decided that I was going to have to stay home, and I had tried to get him to wait until I could go with him for a lot of reasons. You know, partly just he had taken so many trips, and I had just a weird feeling. You know, it's just like all I can say is statistically something's going to happen, you know, when you're on the road that much. And I don't know, you guys, women, sometimes we just know that things are going to happen, but it wasn't anything that I could tell him logically, and so I couldn't convince him to wait. I really didn't have a logical reason for him not to go. And I also wanted to go with him just to be able to spend that time with him. I hated it when he was gone. I hated him being away from me. And I wanted to see the Eastern Shore, you know, again too, before we sold the house. And so there were a lot of reasons that I wanted to go with him, but he decided to go ahead and take the trip by himself. What am I talking about? Oh, VIP Kid. Okay, so sorry. So when it ended up that he was going to go and I wasn't, then I went ahead and opened up my classes because, you know, I don't get any paid time off or anything. I'm an independent contractor. So if I'm going to be here, then I should go ahead and work. So I had opened up my classes, but not many of them had filled out. Okay, so then Sunday comes along, and, you know, he had his accident. And I didn't have to teach on Monday, but then Tuesday I was going to have to teach. And I think I had 2 classes filled for Tuesday. And VIP Kid offered for me not to have to work, you know, to take some time off. It wouldn't have been paid because I'm an independent contractor, but I at least wouldn't have gotten penalized for canceling those classes. But I really couldn't afford it. I didn't know what my financial situation was or anything, and we had been really tight, and so I was kind of afraid to not teach. So I went ahead and taught, and it was really, really hard because obviously all I wanted to do was cry. And I can't, you know, for that job, I have to be smiling, I have to be laughing, I have to be energetic. And that was really hard. But I have learned that that job is pretty much acting anyway, because there are a lot of times when I don't feel energetic, I'm exhausted, or when I'm not necessarily happy. And I had actually been pretty depressed for a few months at that point anyway, over some other things. And so, you know, so I had learned, you know, to act like you're happy, act like you're having fun, act like you have energy when you don't. So that helped. But I didn't realize this until sometime later. I think that it really saved me that I had to teach classes that week. And like I said, I didn't have a full schedule. You know, some days I had 5 kids or something, but usually I had 10. So that was a lot less. And I think the first couple days I only had 2 or 3 each day. So it wasn't too terribly bad. But I wasn't able to sleep in, and so that was good. It got me out of bed. This was before my parents were here. Nobody was here with me. I was by myself, and that made me get out of bed. And it made me smile. I had to smile. And you guys, there are so many studies that show you that if you just smile, even if you don't feel like it, it will help your mood. And so being forced to do that, because I wouldn't have otherwise, being forced to smile and to laugh and to act like I had energy, even though it was incredibly, incredibly hard and seemed cruel at the time, and I would often cry between classes, it really, really helped. It really got me through. And for the last 10.5 months since Phil died, teaching those classes have helped me a lot. I laugh every day. I smile every single day. I talk to at least 6 kids a day, and usually more than that, and sometimes their moms, and sometimes their dads too. And so, I can't completely isolate myself that way. It has just been kind of God's way of making sure that I did the things that would help me, even though I would not have done those on my own. So I guess part of what I want to say in that too is that there are a lot of times in life where we have to do things that we don't think we should have to do right then. And we shouldn't have to do right then because it's just like we're going through such horrible things or whatever. But I still have to do this. A lot of times those things you're going to realize later that they helped you. And I can't think of any right now, but I have thought at other times of things like that at other times in my life that I really resented having to do. But when I look back at it, those are the things that got me through. Those are the things that if I hadn't had those things, I would not have been as well off as I was. So anyway, that's something that I'm really thankful for. And I'm thankful for this job because it does help keep me from just completely sinking down into the abyss. On days that I wake up and I'm really depressed, I have to put on a happy face. I have to smile for several hours, and that really helps. All right, I will talk to you later. I love you all. Pray for each other, okay? Bye-bye.